Hi everyone, my name is Emma Reynolds and I'm 32 years old. Dad called at 3 a.m. I whisper, the silence of the night amplifying his words in my memory. Your entire office complex is on fire. Hope you have insurance. I start laughing, the sound bitter, sharp, like something bitter slipping from between clenched teeth. Why are you laughing at a tragedy? His voice crackles with disbelief. There's a silence that follows, thick with the tension of his question. I let the laughter die. The truth sits heavy on my chest and for a moment I just breathe. Because Dad, I pause, the weight of my next words sinking in, that building wasn't just my office. The echo of his shock on the other end of the line almost seems like a distant memory already, but I remember the way he couldn't comprehend it. How he thought I was being cold. How he thought I was callous, detached. What did he expect? Sympathy? I had learned long ago that everything I worked for, the shiny office, the glass walls, the success I'd fought for, wasn't really mine. Not really. Not in the way I thought. Oh. That building, that office complex. It was his. And that fire. It was my wake-up call. The silence stretches between us, heavy with unsaid words. I hear my father's breath on the other end as if he's trying to find something. Some explanation, some response that will make sense of the chaos. But there's nothing. Are you going to come back? It's gone, Emma, he finally says, the panic creeping into his voice. You need to come home. Home. That word hits me like a sharp blade. Home was never really a place for me. It was always a prison built by expectations. Built by him. I take a slow breath, steadying myself. No, Dad. I'm not coming back. Not this time. The words feel foreign, but they taste like freedom. I never realized how much I needed to say them until now. Emma. He starts, but I hang up before he can finish. I don't want to hear the disappointment, the pleading. I've heard it all before. The flames from the building still haunt me even though I'm miles away from it. I can almost feel the heat on my skin, smell the burning wood, the gasoline. That fire wasn't just about a building being destroyed. It was about the destruction of my entire life. The life that I thought I wanted. The life he had pushed on me. I stare out of my apartment window watching the city lights flicker below. Feels like the whole world is burning. And here I am standing on the edge of it waiting for something, for anything, to change. I just never expected the change to come so suddenly. I should feel something more, sadness, grief, a sense of loss. But instead I feel nothing but a cold, empty space inside me. The next day I don't even bother checking my phone. Not for the first time in years. I ignore the endless notifications, the messages that keep popping up. There's nothing anyone can say that will change the way I feel. My father, my colleagues, even the friends who pretended to care. It's all noise. I look at the empty space around me, the apartment I rented because it was far enough from everything. Far enough from him, far enough from the expectations. The city skyline is a patchwork of cold glass and steel just like my life had been, so clean, so perfect yet hollow. I wonder how long it will take before the emptiness sinks in. The phone rings again, but this time it's not him. It's a private number. I hesitate, then swipe to answer. Emma, a voice says, and I freeze. It's not my father. It's James, the head of my department. He sounds frantic. You need to get to the office. There's something you need to see. I stare at the screen. His voice carries a weight I didn't expect. The same weight I had been carrying for months, ever since I realized how trapped I'd been. Trapped in the life I thought I had to build. Trapped in the lie I told myself, that I could make everything right. But there's no making it right anymore. I'm not coming, I reply, my voice steady even though my heart is racing. I'm done. Done. His voice is sharp. You can't just leave. You have responsibilities. People are counting on you. I take a long breath. His words are meaningless now. I've been counting on myself for far too long to care about what anyone else thinks. James, I say, calm but firm. The only responsibility I have is to myself now. I'll see you never. I hang up before he can say another word. The days blur together in a haze of empty meetings, unanswered messages, and late nights scrolling through job postings. I can't seem to find the energy to care about anything. It's all so meaningless, this search for something that'll fill the hole in my chest. I've spent years building something for someone else's approval. But that building, my so-called empire, is gone now. And with it, all the lies that I fed myself. The city feels quieter now. Empty in a way I didn't expect. The hum of the traffic, the clatter of subway trains, they used to drown out my thoughts. Now they just amplify the silence. I don't even know why I'm still here in this apartment. It's not like I have a plan. Not like I have a future that I'm moving toward. I keep telling myself I'm just buying time, waiting for something to click to make sense of this sudden freedom. But all I have is time. Empty time. Then one evening, as I'm aimlessly scrolling through a list of opportunities on my laptop, my doorbell rings. It's a sound I barely recognize anymore. I haven't had visitors in months. I get up, walk to the door, and when I open it, I freeze. It's Anna, the woman I used to trust more than anyone. My best friend. The person who told me I could count on her no matter what. But I can see the hesitation in her eyes now. The guilt. And I know this moment is the moment I've been waiting for. Emma, she starts, but I cut her off. You came to apologize? My voice is flat, devoid of any emotion. Because that's what this is, right? She stammers. I didn't know what to do, Emma. They told me to stay away. Your father, he said it was for the best. I look at her for a moment, letting her words hang in the air. They don't surprise me. Of course she's here for him, not for me. She's just following orders just like everyone else in my life. I step back, allowing her to enter, though I don't invite her in. She walks through the door, her eyes searching the apartment, lingering on the boxes scattered around, the evidence of my escape. I don't need your apology, Anna, I say, turning toward her, finally letting the anger slip out. I needed you when it mattered. But you weren't there. You were too busy supporting him. He winces. The guilt is written all over her face. But it's too late. It's always been too late. He stands there, silent, like a ghost of the friend I used to know. The space between us feels like a chasm I can't bridge. Her presence doesn't comfort me, it suffocates me. The years of secrets, of her loyalty to my father, all the betrayal she couldn't be bothered to see, they hover in the room, thick and heavy. I didn't want this, Emma, she whispers, her voice trembling. I didn't know what else to do. I shake my head. The words don't even register anymore. Not after everything. He could have told me. Could have shown me something, anything, other than silence. But she chose him. Always him. I take a long breath, steadying myself before speaking. You were supposed to be my friend, Anna. You were supposed to have my back. Her eyes water, but I don't wait for her to respond. I turn away, walking to the small kitchen, grabbing a glass of water. The weight of the moment feels like it's suffocating me, but I won't let her see that. Not after everything. I feel her eyes on me, but I don't care. My own reflection in the window says it all. Cold, distant, foreign. Not the woman I used to be, but the one I've had to become. The silence in the room stretches, thick like a fog. I can hear her shift behind me, the shuffle of her feet as if she's trying to find her words. But I'm done with waiting. Done with pretending. Why are you really here, Anna? I turn back to face her, my eyes narrowed. Are you here to make yourself feel better? Or are you here to apologize for the fact that I walked away from everything? She flinches at the accusation. Her hands tremble, the apology hanging on her lips, but it doesn't matter. It's all empty. All of it. Emma, she whispers, her voice breaking. I didn't want it to end this way. I just didn't know how to fix it. I feel the anger bubbling up, but I hold it back. There's nothing left to fix. She had her chance. You didn't fix it, Anna. You chose him. I turn away from her and sit down on the couch, the weight of it all hitting me again. The betrayal. The lies. The shattered trust. There's no going back from this. I glance over at her. She's still standing there, eyes downcast, like she's waiting for permission to leave. But I won't give it to her. Not this time. You should go, I say, my voice calm, detached. I need to figure this out on my own. She hesitates, then nods, her footsteps heavy as she leaves. I hear the door close behind her, and for the first time in what feels like forever, the silence is comforting. The quiet after Anna leaves is suffocating. For a moment I just sit there staring at nothing. The walls feel like they're closing in, but I don't move. Not yet. Not until I'm ready. It's strange, isn't it? How easily people slip away. How quickly they let go of you even when they promised they never would. I thought Anna would be different. I thought she'd fight for me just like I fought for her. But instead she chose him. Just like everyone else. I stand up and walk over to the window. The city is as cold and indifferent as ever. A landscape of glass and steel stretching far into the distance. I wonder if anyone in this city ever really sees me. I wonder if anyone ever really saw me. The truth is I'm tired. Tired of pretending I'm okay, tired of holding everything together, tired of carrying the weight of all these broken promises. But there's no time for that. No time to dwell on the past. I need to move forward even if it feels like I'm walking on shaky ground. I grab my phone, the one Anna left behind in her rush to leave. It's buzzing with missed calls and messages, most of them from people I don't care about anymore. But there's one message that stands out. It's from my father. The message is brief, almost too simple. We need to talk. The words are like a knife. So final. So controlling. He's trying to reel me back in, to remind me of who I used to be. But I've already decided. I won't be that person again. Not for him. Not for anyone. I throw my phone on the couch and walk back to the kitchen, the familiar feeling of the cold countertops grounding me. I open the fridge, but I'm not hungry. I don't need food right now. I need to breathe. I need to figure out what happens next. The phone buzzes again. And again. But I don't care. Not anymore. The silence settles back in, but now I feel something different. Not emptiness. Not fear. But strength. A quiet, undeniable strength that I haven't felt in a long time. The days blend into one another, but there's a shift within me that I can't ignore. The weight I've been carrying, the lies, the expectations, the unspoken truths, it's all starting to fall away piece by piece. The silence in my apartment no longer feels like a prison. It feels like freedom. I walk down the street, the city alive around me, but for once I'm not in a rush. I'm not trying to fill the void with empty errands or meaningless distractions. I'm just walking, breathing, existing in this moment without the need to explain myself to anyone. The world can keep moving. I've decided to stop running. But then, as if fate has its own way of testing me, I see him. My father. Standing across the street, his face etched with frustration and anger, his eyes locked onto mine the second he sees me. I stop in my tracks. The air grows heavier. It's like time has slowed, the bustling world around me fading into the background. He starts to cross the street, moving with a purposeful stride, his body language radiating the power he's always had over me. Over everyone. I should keep walking. I should keep going just like I've done these past few days, letting the past stay where it belongs. But something pulls me in. Something about the way he looks at me, like I'm still the daughter he controls, the one who falls in line when he calls. I don't know why I stop. Maybe it's the rage building inside me. Maybe it's the weight of all the times I let him walk over me, tell me what to do, how to think, how to feel. Emma. His voice booms when he reaches me, his tone sharp, commanding. I knew you'd be here. I take a deep breath, steeling myself. I'm not your pawn anymore, Dad, I say quietly but firmly. My voice shakes slightly, but I don't back down. Not this time. He scoffs, a smirk spreading across his face as though this is some game he's used to winning. You don't understand what you're doing. I look at him, and for the first time I see him for what he really is. A man who's never had to fight for anything. Who's never had to live outside the shadow of his own decisions. I understand perfectly, I say, my voice steadier now. I'm choosing myself. And for the first time in my life I walk away from him, from his expectations, from his control. I walk toward my future. Toward the life I've been too afraid to claim. I don't look back. Strange how easy it is to leave everything behind once you realize that you were never meant to stay. The world moves on, indifferent, as if nothing happened. As if no one saw the war I fought within myself. But I know. I feel it deep in my bones. The days that followed felt surreal, like I was watching my life unfold from a distance. I rented a small office space, not for business, not yet, but for me. A place to create, to breathe, to exist without the weight of their expectations pressing down on my shoulders. My father never called again. The messages stopped, the visits stopped, the demands stopped. It's like he finally realized that he couldn't control me anymore. And for once, that felt like the most liberating thing in the world. I spent the next few weeks reclaiming myself, rediscovering the woman I had buried under years of pleasing others. I found my voice again. Not the voice he wanted, not the voice anyone else expected, but my own. And with it I began to rebuild. I remember the first time I truly laughed again. No pretense, no fear. I was sitting on the floor of my new apartment, a cup of coffee in hand, staring at a blank page. And for the first time in years I didn't feel like I was running out of time. I'm not sure when it happened, when I stopped looking over my shoulder for their approval, for their acceptance. Maybe it was when I realized that their lives, their opinions had never really been my own. Or maybe it was just the quiet moment I had with myself, where I allowed myself to be whole again. A few months later I get a letter. A simple one with no return address. I open it and inside there's a check for the full value of my old office. A reimbursement, the letter says, for the insurance. It's strange. I don't even feel angry. I don't feel anything except peace. I tear up the check. I've already paid the price. And what I've gained, no amount of money can replace. I walk away from everything they tried to control. I walk toward the life I've earned,